Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and welcome to Pokemon Black version and Pokemon White version. If that intro is any indication, this is a very different experience from what the core Pokemon series usually offers, with the main focus being on story and world building of all things, as well as a huge change in presentation. As you can imagine, I have heard many varying opinions on this over the years. Some people say that this is bar none their favorite Pokemon title, and that they replay it again and again and they love the characters. But I've met other people who said that they weren't really that into it and it was just the one that they couldn't get into. I think it greatly depends on what you're looking for in a Pokemon game, but I would rank this personally as having the best storyline of any main Pokemon title, and would consider it not only just a great Pokemon game, but a really good RPG. I'd recommend this to those of you who love traditional RPGs but could never get into this series. It's a great first game if you want a strong first impression. Something that I want to lay down right away is that this is the... Okay, actually, it's the second time that I'm covering a Pokemon title that doesn't have one clear definitive version, but I like to think that I've grown a little bit since those days, okay? So, we're going to be handling this a little bit differently. Rather than focusing strictly on one version or the other, this is going to be a hybrid series taking place in two parallel versions going on at the same time. To make things not too confusing or repetitive, we're only going to be flip-flopping whenever version differences come up, and we are going to be sticking with one version over the other most of the time. I wanted to do it this way because there are a lot of version differences. It's not just, oh hey, you can catch these 5 Pokemon in this one game but not the other. No. There's entire major areas that we would miss out on if we didn't do it this way, and I didn't want to relegate those to just footnotes. But now, it's time for us to get started on this very new kind of journey, both in how we're handling it and in terms of how the game itself is handling things. So, for personal preference and how the storyline differs, and just in the content that's in this version, let's get this adventure going in Pokemon White version. Hi there! Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Juniper. Everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. And speaking of breaking series conventions, finally a babe that knows Pokemon! Am I right? Yes! She's so awesome. You'll see in due time, though, but I like her for reasons other than just her character design. She is so cool. That's right. Yes, that's right. You are awesome. But this world is widely inhabited by mysterious creatures called Pokemon. Pokemon have mysterious powers. They come in many shapes and live in many different places. We humans live happily together with Pokemon. Living and working together, we complement each other. We help each other out to accomplish difficult tasks. Having Pokemon battle one another is particularly popular, and it deepens the bonds between people and Pokemon. And that is why I research Pokemon. Well, that's enough for me. Could you tell me about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Well, I'm a boy, but because I just like stopping things in their tracks to gush about things, I'd like to give compliment number... I was gonna say 1, though, but it's probably more like compliment number 16 at this point, actually, though. But anyway, these hero designs. Wow. First off, they are designed to be older than your typical Pokemon protagonist. They are not 10 years old, they are designed to be 14. Maybe not quite as old as Wes from Pokemon Coliseum, but these are probably my favorite protagonist designs in the entire series. Just wow. If it means that we can get designs just this cool if we have some older protagonists, I am all for the change, because I think they just have really solid style, and this shows that you don't need to overcomplicate things. No complaints from me whatsoever. But, yeah, we are going to be playing as the boy, of course. I'd like to know your name. Please tell me. Well, my name is Emil, but for more story-driven experiences, I usually like to go with the official names. Unfortunately, this boy's official name is Hilbert. Hilbert. I deeply apologize to anybody who has the name Hilbert, but I'm not naming him that, because if I did, this entire adventure would be, "Hey everybody, I'm Hilbert! I'm here to make a name for myself of the name that is Hilbert! I'm gonna save this world and become the hero of this land, cause that's me, Hilbert! Hilbert the hero!" I'd rather not subject you to that for the next 40 hours though, so instead, luckily for me, this character has multiple official names depending on where you look, and one of them in particular I think is very fitting. So we are going to name him Blair. Depending on some other places you might look, his name might be Blake and other places just Black, but I think Blair has a nice ring to it, and yeah, I think I can definitely live with that. Your name is Blair. So your name's Blair. What a wonderful name. What wonderful redundancy too. Well then, I'm gonna introduce you to your two best friends. I chose them out for you, whether you like it or not. This young man is named Sharon. He can be a little difficult, but he's a very honest person. This young woman is Bianca. She's a little flighty, but she works very hard. I think you three have potential, so I'm gonna give you a very, very important Pokemon. Blair, the moment you choose the Pokemon that will accompany you on your journey, your story will truly begin. During your journey, you will meet many Pokemon and people with different personalities and points of view. I really hope you find what is important to you in all of these travels. That's right, befriend new people and Pokemon and grow as a person. That is the most important goal for your journey. Let's go visit the world of Pokemon. Blair, I heard from Professor Juniper. We can have a Pokemon. What's keeping Bianca? Am I a little late again? Sorry! Bianca, I've known for 10 years that you have no sense of time, but seriously, today's the day we can get a Pokemon from Professor Juniper! I know. Sorry, Blair. Sorry, Sharon. So where are the Pokemon? They were delivered to Blair's house, so Blair gets first pick. Naturally. The Pokemon are waiting for us inside that gift box. Okay, Blair, you go first and take a peek at the gift box. I want to meet the Pokemon right now. Yes, sir. Don't let me take 2 extra seconds to step forward, and don't let me take 2 extra seconds to put my hand on this box, and don't let me take 2 more extra seconds to press the A button again. No siree, Bob, don't let me do that. I brought 3 Pokemon, one for you and one for each of your friends. Please settle your choices politely. Enjoy your Pokemon, Professor Juniper. She knew exactly who she was giving these to. She came prepared. Well, as per usual, we have 3 Pokemon that can accompany us on the beginning of our journey. And as per usual, I think we should get to know these guys a little better before making a choice. And of course, when talking about a group of 3 starters, where else would we start than the grass type? Snivy! Let's get this started on the right foot. Because, yeah, apparently snakes have those now. I mean, just look at it. Snivy I would describe as being the most challenging out of these 3. Of all the things it could be, because, you know, it totally looks like one, it's a speedy tank, a pretty uncommon mix of traits there. It has the advantage of being a tank that will frequently go first in battle to use buffs on itself before it can take any damage, but the stat distribution is weird and it might not be useful all that terribly often. The pure grass type is also known for not being exactly tanky, and it's stuck with that type for life, having many common weaknesses, and because of that, it takes some skill to know when and how to use it. It's also notorious for falling behind the rest of the team for a little while, since It gets Leaf Tornadoes soon enough in the early levels, which is fine for then, but it doesn't get anything better until level 32, causing it to really not hit all that hard for a while. And of course, because it's the start of a Pokemon journey, and this is a Pokemon journey, there's lots of poison and bug types that you're going to have to deal with for a little while toward the beginning, so make sure that the first teammate you catch for Snivy complements it very well and can cover those weaknesses. All in all, Snivy is great for series veterans who might be looking for a little bit more of a challenge, but might be a little bit frustrating for first-timers who are still getting used to the ropes. I guess now that I say it out loud, this wasn't really starting things off on the right foot after all. But that's okay, because next up, he's a fire type. He's Tepig. Let's get the big bad out of the way first. Tepig will eventually evolve into yet another fire fighting type. Listen, I respect the first responder firefighters as much as the next guy, but 3 times in a row? You think that's enough times, guys? I'm sorry, I've never gotten over this, and I know a lot of other people haven't either. I mean, just look at it. It looks like it should be a fire dark type, and that would be so much cooler, but I guess we're still a few generations away from that happening, so we'll get our wish another day. Picking ourselves up, though, Tepig is once again pretty tanky. It's more of a traditional tank in having lots of HP and solid attacking stats that allow it to hit hard once it gets to move. In fact, it's so extreme in these concepts that as of this point in the series, this family has the highest HP and attack of any starter Pokemon. Fire and Fighting both individually have very good type coverage, and to complement that, Tepig even gets Flame Charge early, which not only hits pretty darn hard for early game moves, but also makes up for its poor speed, buffing your speed every turn that you use it. It's once again not what I would expect from a type that isn't the definition of defensive, but I'd say it's a little bit easier going than Snivy is. In the later levels, Tepig is going to get high-powered recoil moves, complemented by the fact that it has lots of beefy HP to absorb that recoil. And last to be gone over, probably last to get picked in PE as well, Oshawott! With slightly less HP than Tepig, but more defense to back it up, we are 3 for 3 on having tanky starters. While Oshawott isn't going to be sweeping through most teams without getting hit itself, it's a bulky mixed attacker that's at least respectably so. In the way of attacking, there's not a whole lot of variety in the types of good moves it can learn, which is probably the biggest challenge when raising it. Water is the only type that it gets other than, of course, normal for a little while, and beyond that, its type coverage isn't as good as, say, Tepig. Oshawott is very well balanced and a respectable team member, but I'm aware that there are some people out there who don't like using their starter Pokemon throughout the whole adventure and like boxing it after a certain point. I do not plan on doing that with the Pokemon that I choose, but if you want to do that, I would recommend Oshawott the most out of these 3 for reasons that we'll see later. Alright, so, all fairly defensive in their playstyles, but a little bit different in how they're actually going to be fighting. Really, I feel like I could roll with any one of these, but there is one in particular that resonates with me a little bit more than the others. I was always last to get picked in gym as well, so come here, you little freckled guy. We're gonna face the world together. Blair chose Oshawott. Okay, I'll take this Pokemon. Karen, that one's yours. Hey, how come you get to pick out my Pokemon? No, never mind. I wanted Snivy from the start anyway. Everyone has chosen a Pokemon, so that's that. Hey, I know. Let's have a Pokemon battle. Honestly, Bianca, even though they're still weak Pokemon, you shouldn't have Pokemon battles inside a house. Don't be a worrywart. These little ones are weak, like you said. We have to let them battle so they'll get stronger. It's settled, Blair. Get ready for a Pokemon battle. Just so long as my Wii remotes don't get knocked through my TV, I think I'll be just fine. All right. Starting our typical level 5 rival battle we have at the beginning of any adventure, look at this battle scene. Quite a drastic change from what came before it, don't you think? And look at that. Fully animated Pokemon sprites throughout the entire battle. I know not everyone's a fan of the presentation here, but personally, even though I know it's not as technically impressive as the models that we get today, I think that this is aesthetically the best the series has ever looked. I love the animated sprites look. It was a dream come true having my Pokemon fully animated for the first time throughout an entire battle. And there's a lot of little nuances to the animation as well, just little details that I can't wait to point out as they come up. I like how Oshawott jumped up there. I like how they have dynamic shadows. This is a dream come true as somebody who thought Pokemon Crystal was going to be this way when it was first revealed. And I don't know, I like it a— Whoa! Man, and I was prepared to lose these battles because usually I have craptastic luck, but look at me getting criticals. Pokemon on both sides did their best. Ouch! Sick burn on your new Tepig, Bianca. Whoa, wouldn't want to be your Pokemon. Okay, Wii remotes are fine. TV's fine. I'm good. Wow. Blair, you're gonna be an awesome trainer someday. I can tell. No doubt. Bianca, would you take a look around? Whoa, what happened? Wow, Pokemon are amazing! So little, but so strong. I'm so glad I get to have a Pokemon. Oh, sorry about your room, Blair. You are completely hopeless. Here, I'll restore your Pokemon for you. He wants her, I can tell. Blair's Pokemon needs to be fixed up too, but not as much, thank you very much, you know? I kind of rocked that a little bit, I kind of swept it. And hey, maybe it's good practice for all the sweeping up I'm going to need to do now. Hey, Charon, how about you battle too? With all you know, I'm sure you can battle without turning the room into a disaster area like I did. I believe you're right. It'll be no problem for me to keep the room from getting any messier. Besides, it's not fair if you two are the only ones who get to have fun battling. It's decided. You'll be my opponent in our first Pokemon battle. Let's see what you can do, Snivy. Excuse me, this is not my first Pokemon battle. This is your— Okay, I know he's talking about Snivy though. But anyway, we did not grow a level from that last fight, so I am also prepared to lose this, like the luck that I typically have. All right. I really think you should have grown to level 6 right there so you wouldn't feel like quite so much of a loser and you wouldn't have much chance of losing though, but oh well. We gotta have a challenging fight somehow, I suppose. So be it. I could Tail Whip at the beginning of this to try to, you know, just make my attacks hit harder from lowering his defense, but I don't think I really want to do that. I think I just want to spam Tackle here. Maybe see if I can get lucky with a critical yet again. It's not too much consequence if I'm not able to do it, so let's do it. He's spamming Tackle as well. It looks like— oh, wow, I'm hitting pretty hard, actually. This isn't going to take me 5 hits, like, wow. Okay. This is going to be the final hit, unless you get a— oh, unless you do Leer. I thought you had Growl, but no, you have Leer. That's kind of funny, so I think we all have defense-lowering moves. And that's that. Grew to level 6, and I just realized my Oshawott's female. That's really rare. That's only a 12.5% chance, and I got it without even trying, so you're a lucky little Oshawott, aren't you? You're a female, and you got a critical hit to quickly win a rival battle at the start, huh? Man, we have so much in common. We're last to get picked in gym, and we're both super lucky. Oh, man. I made a strange blunder in my first battle. Yeah, it's called using Leer on the last turn when you might have had me. I'm finally a trainer, but first, we better apologize to your mother about this messed up room. Oh, I'd better come to— guys, that's not really necessary. We don't need to tell her anything. I'm kind of on the road for a little bit. Okay. Well, first off, I want to go into the options menu before we go downstairs and face the music. Of course, I want to have my text speed set to fast, and also, I'm going to be making a bit of an interesting change right here. Under battle style, one of them is shift, which is every time one of your opponent's Pokemon faints in battle, it'll ask you if you would like to get a free switch and tell you what they're about to use next. You can do that. It is the easier difficulty. It's generally good if you're playing under leveled like I like to do. But for this journey, I'm actually going to play on set. Makes it so that anytime you want to switch your Pokemon, you do have to spend a turn switching, and you only— what am I trying to say here? It is the harder difficulty that means that you have to spend a turn switching out your Pokemon instead of getting to see what they're sending out next and getting to switch for free. That's what it is. Let's check out Oshawott and see what its deal is. So female, and all right, docile nature. That means— oh. So I have a neutral nature. You really are lucky. Shoot. Okay. I was hoping for a neutral nature Oshawott, actually, because with how all around its stats are, I didn't want its speed or its defenses or its offense getting lowered by whatever nature I ended up getting. It's mischievous. I don't remember exactly what that means. That does mean whatever your that is indicating whatever your highest IV is. IVs are random buffs given to your stats that every Pokemon has on them, making it so that, say, my Oshawott that is docile nature might have a different stat, so it might have different stats than your Oshawott, who is also docile. So, kind of gives them personality, but I'll see what that means in due time. Or, you'll see what it means in negative 10 seconds because I'll have put it on screen. I'm very sorry about all the trouble, ma'am. Well, we can clean up. Cleaning up? No worries. I'll take care of it later. Shouldn't you be on your way to meet Professor Juniper? Yes, thank you. Please excuse us. Come on, let's go thank Professor Juniper. I'll be waiting in front of the Pokemon Research Lab. Oh, wait. I've got to go home first. Thanks for having us over. Thanks, guys, for ditching me in my time of need. Hi, Mom. No need to look over my shoulder. My, Blair. Pokemon battles are so lively, aren't they? I could hear the Pokemon's cries clear down here. That sure reminded me of my first Pokemon battle. Oh, and you know, after a battle, you need to rest your Pokemon. Your Pokemon is looking great. Now, if you're going out, don't forget your cross transceiver. You're going to thank the professor too, right? Better get going, honey! Okay, she's just saying the same thing again. Just casually stroll out very slowly, look normal, she will never suspect a thing. But here we are. Welcome to New Town, the start of something big. I think we're gonna go follow after Bianca as well as talk to, yep, the power of science is amazing. Now you can use infrared to do all sorts of things in the blink of an eye. Built into the cartridge because the competitors at Worlds were complaining about all the wireless interference making it impossible to finish their sets. No, 1,000 times no! But I'm a good trainer who got a Pokemon and everything. I can totally go out on an adventure. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I'll be waiting for you in front of the lab, okay? What nonsense is this? How could my daughter, who knows nothing about the world, be going on a journey with Pokémon? Don't mind my husband, dear. He's just being overprotective. All children go on adventures with Pokémon. It's part of growing up. Overprotective parents, I can certainly relate, Bianca. I feel so sorry for you. I know that, well, okay. I was about to say I know that my parents would never allow me to do this either, though, but I think we can all kind of say that, so it's not really all too terribly special, and dang, for being such a geek, you come from some really buff lineage, Charon. What happened with you? Hey, Blair, I heard it from the professor, so you're getting a Pokemon, eh? Oh, you've already got it. That sure is a cute Pokemon. And you're finally starting your journeys as trainers. Well, let me read you a passage from a book called Adventure Rules. My favorite book is Adventure Rocks. The X button is vitally important for trainers. A literary classic etched in the annals of time. Oh. That Charon, I'm sure he's at the laboratory. He's so, how should I put it, diligent or better, conscientious? I see where you get your geekiness from, Charon. It's clearly from your mother's side. I have no idea how to even pronounce that word. Let's see what the TV says. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Moves for Living. Today we learn more about the move Echoed Voice. Our guest, Dr. Technic Al Machine, a professor at Castilla University. Hello, I am Dr. Al Machine. Echoed Voice is a very rugged move whose power grows when you use it in successive turns. I bet you can think up ways to use this move in everyday life without my help. You know how sometimes you have to tell your kids the same thing over and over before they listen? In this situation, parents, teachers, and friends can all use this move and it will be very effective. I see. I learned a lot. Well then, everyone, until next time, goodbye. Ha! Joke's on you! It will never be very effective because it's normal type, and that's how the type chart works, huh? And they put these people on TV these days, I swear. Anyway, we're not going to talk to anyone else. We're just going to go to the lab. Okay, let's go meet the professor. Hi there. I've been waiting for you, young people. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Professor Juniper. We know your name. Come, Charon. This is not the time to take things lightly. Today is a day to remember always, so it's best to behave with some formality. That being so, once again, my name is Professor Juniper, and I'm researching when and how the creatures called Pokemon came into existence. Something tells me you're in the wrong region. I'd personally do my professing in Sinnoh if I wanted to study that. Oh, that's unusual. You've already had a Pokemon battle, so maybe that's why. It feels as though your Pokemon have already begun to trust you. By the way, would you like to give your Pokemon a nickname? Blimey, I would, yes! I had a lot of ideas for nicknames, and it was a little bit hard to settle on one. Yes, my Grandmaster plan that I settled on was O. No, but I want to take this moment to say that finally, only took them like a decade longer than it should have, but Pokemon names are finally capital letter first, lowercase from there. So I'm not going to name them in all caps to keep consistent with the presentation of the game. We're going to have it normally capitalized like a real name. I don't know about you guys, but for me with my OCD, this instantly is enough by itself to make this the best game in the series for me. So anywhoosies, never saying that again, I had a lot of nicknames that I was trying to decide between. But in the end, I think I want to go with Ottawa. I think it would be really fun to say, and besides, you know, it's Canadian and otters are kind of like beavers, I guess, right? I don't actually know if there's any truth to that. I'm pretty bad at knowing things that don't have to do with video games, so it wouldn't surprise me. Either way, we're going with Ottawa. Ottawa is a great name. Ottawa is his name. That is such a great name. I fuse the sentences in my mind. As for why I gave all of you Pokemon, it's for the Pokedex, right? Pokedex? I am astonished. Nice work, Charon. She just decided to give up and be very patronizing at his tendencies. Still, let me explain from the beginning for everyone's sake. The Pokedex is a high-tech device that automatically records the Pokemon you encounter. So I want you three to visit many places and meet all of the Pokemon in the Unova region. This is my request. Blair, Charon, Bianca, you'll go on an adventure to complete the Pokedex, will you not? No! Here is what I need from you. What I want to hear are the courageous words of people who will blaze new paths around the world. I want you three to travel to many distant places and meet all of the Pokemon in the... I did not mean to say yes, that's what I get for mashing A, but you can probably tell that it was going to be the same song and dance repeated over and over again until I eventually caved and said yes. She knows how to break us students, first with patronizing and then with just acting like we're not causing a disturbance whatsoever. But we have the Pokedex! Next, I need to teach you how to meet Pokemon. Please meet me at Route 1, okay? I was never good at social skills, so I can definitely use this lesson. Since the professor asked us, it's okay to go on an adventure, right? I can explore and maybe find out what I want to do in life. I think I'd like that. Of course. We can travel however we want while we complete the Pokedex. She's justifying. I don't know if he's gonna like that. For some reason, my heart is pounding, Blair. What are you and Ottawa gonna do? I don't know the reason why your heart could be pounding, Bianca. Maybe because you're about to run away from home against your parents' wishes and have the SWAT team sent out after us. I don't know. But, gonna check the letter of this on the desk. Who is this with Professor Juniper? There's a smiling man in the picture. Ooh, perhaps I might have a little bit of competition, even though I'm like half her age in this world, so. I think we all at one point or another thought we as children actually had a chance with a celebrity, and then they got married and... Mom, hey, Blair, wait up! Don't announce my presence, don't announce my presence. Thought I could skip town before she would go upstairs and notice. What did the professor have to say? She asked her to complete the Pokedex? I can't believe it! I know, professors never ask children to do that. I'm so lucky! That's why I brought 3 of you these town maps. Take them with you. Here you are, Charon. I'll take good care of it. And one for you too, Bianca. Thank you so much. As for your room, Blair, or what's left of it, no need for any of you to worry. I'll take care of tidying up. Okay, Blair? Ah, Pokemon. They're so cute, but they have enough power to destroy a bedroom. They are really something. With Pokemon like that at your side, you'll be safe wherever you go. I'll let your parents know. I hope that in addition to Pokemon, you'll find lots and lots of places like you like in the Unova region and become wonderful adults. Have a great trip! Come on, guys, we need to shuffle off. Once Mom sees the true extent of the damage, both Bianca and I are gonna be fugitives. Yes, Charon, I very much agree with your ideas right now. Let's go. Blair, hurry and come too, okay? Right behind you. Or I can just throw caution to the wind because I'm aware of the very well-known law of time that it stands still while you're in a pause menu so we can see that town map. Welcome to the Unova region. I swear it's not as linear as it might look. We'll, of course, have lots of exploring to do in due time, but this is the land that is stretched out before us. It's a pretty nice looking town map, I have to say. Also, I appreciate that shortcut that you can instantly close the menu at any time by pressing X. Every RPG needs to have one of those, and it was about dang time the Pokemon series adopted that as well. Bianca says if we're starting a journey together, she wants us all to take our first step at the same time. Hey Blair, let's all take our first step on Route 1 together. Okay, here we go. Let Sharon get a head start. Oh, I wonder what will happen. Isn't this so exciting? It sure is. Come on, the professor's waiting. Professor Juniper, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Now that everyone's here, I'll explain. The Pokédex's pages automatically update whenever you meet a Pokémon. Moreover, it's set up so that you obtain even more information when you catch a Pokémon. To make this clear, I'm going to demonstrate how to catch a Pokémon. And during this, how about I just shut up and let you hear this battle theme? I hope that sets the tone for the soundtrack that we have ahead of us, because, hands down, easily my favorite wild Pokemon battle theme in the entire series. You want to know how much I loved this song? What I'm about to share with you is the manliest thing I have ever done. On my first playthrough, I played through this entire game willingly not using a single repel so that I could listen to this song the whole way through. That's been known to kill people with the DS Pokemon games, but no, I did it, I went through the whole experience, and I had a grand old time. It's such a good theme, it's catchy, it's action-packed, you can hum it to yourself, and it has no right to be the regular battle theme, because it's absolutely one of my favorite battle themes in any RPG. So she's saying that we need to weaken Pokemon in order to catch them. Yeah, I'm kind of skipping the lesson here to gush about the soundtrack, but what else is new? Come on. Love music. We can also inflict Pokemon with special conditions to make them easier to catch. And as per tradition, she's going to give us a few Pokeballs to get us started. Pokeballs are used for catching Pokemon and for carrying the Pokemon you catch. I'm going on ahead. I'll be waiting for you in Accumula Town. She forgot to say that Pokemon jump out at you in the tall grass. I'm heading to Accumula Town too. I think I'll go too. I'm looking forward to the next town so I can go shopping for Pokeballs. Sharon, you would be the worst person ever to have as a student. Just really, like, be the one always mouthing off to the teacher when they're wrong. Hey, listen, Blair, Sharon, I've thought of something fun. But we need to get going. I'd imagine the professor is waiting too. Would you just listen a sec? Seriously. Why don't we see who can catch the most Pokemon? The person carrying the most Pokemon, including the one received from Professor Juniper, is the winner. Huh. Actually, that sounds interesting. It will fill up the Pokédex pages, so I'm sure it'll please the professor too. Okay then, until we reach Accumula Town, take care of healing your Pokemon at your own house. Me and Tepig will do the best for sure. Sorry, Bianca, you probably aren't going to be doing much healing knowing what your Grandmaster plan is. Well, Route 1 in all of its windy glory, doesn't really have anything to say about it, it's just simply Route 1. We can actually start catching Pokemon right away now that we have Pokeballs and a Pokemon of our own. Kinda nice, not having to worry about running into a shiny or something that you really want to catch, but you don't have the ability to do it because you don't have your Pokeballs yet. Very thoughtful design there, wish that happened more often. I'll stop talking in that tone. Make an effort to talk to all the people you meet during your journey. Chances are they'll have something useful to tell you. Well, how about we test that out on person numero dos on this route? Pokemon's HP decreases while you're on the road. It can be a big problem, so I'll give you this. Put it in your bag's medicine case. Potions recover 20 HP. Always good to grab this. Pretty nice. And I guess we can challenge Sharon and Bianca to their contest and play along a little bit. And while we're going around this route trying to catch as many Pokemon as possible, how about we get into the encounters on this route, starting with what we just encountered, Patrat. So I'm pretty sure the first time any of us looked at Patrat, we said, oh hey, this is the Bidoof for this game, and I should definitely catch it and teach it lots of HM moves. No. It's actually a terrible HM user. So if Univa's Route 1 normal type isn't good for HM moves at all, then What is it good for? Well, exactly what you'd expect. Not much. Its stats are painfully below average across the board. It'll fall behind the rest of most any team, and its runaway ability eventually becomes Illuminate after it evolves, which actually increases wild Pokemon encounter rates. So its abilities range from outright bad to actively hurting you to have it on the team. The only good things I can say about it are that it learns Crunch at level 16 and Hypnosis at level 18, but that's where the positives end, and besides that, it just learns a bunch of normal type moves for the most part. In fact, Patrat as it is now is so bad, it has the dubious honor of having the lowest stats of any Unovan Pokemon. Yeah, it's objectively the worst one. Man, I hope the next one is a little bit more positive, because I kind of don't feel like I've been the most positive on these guys right away. Well, okay. Next up is Lillipup. Read its ability. Pick it up. Okay, so I'm paraphrasing a little bit to spin things in my agenda, but still, even if it doesn't perfectly translate, you get the point. Pickup is an overpowered ability for the starting trainer, granting you tons of items that won't be even available for purchase for a long time. I see the challenge that Sharon and Bianca gave us as kind of an invitation to fill the other 5 slots of our party with pickup Lillipups, because why not? We're waiting on team members, we're not doing anything with those slots, we might as well take advantage of it and get lots of cool items. Oh, right, I should probably actually go over how this works as an actual team member. Well, when raising it, discard everything that I just said, because Vital Spirit, if it's caught with that, will become one of the best abilities in the game, Intimidate. This lowers the foe's attack at the start of a battle just from sending out the Pokemon. In fact, Lillipup and its evolutions are one of only 2 families in all of Unova to have this ability, so if you want it, that might be reason enough to pick it as it is. It's a lot more useful than Pickup turning into Sand Rush, which is barely going to get into use in single player. For now, Lillipup's pretty fast, and it does a lot of damage in nearly every battle. Tackle's actually been buffed. It's now 50 power instead of 35, and as if that weren't good enough, Lillipup is going to learn Takedown early on. It's got powerful normal type moves for what it is. It even eventually gets access to the Elemental Fangs after it's fully evolved, and this sounds great, but unfortunately, that's about where the positives end. Lillipup's biggest selling point is the fact that it has decent bulk, backed up by the fact that it has Intimidate to lower the opponent's attacks. The big problem is its horrible special attack that just totally stinks, and that especially stinks because it actually learns some pretty darn good special moves that it's not going to get much use out of. Other than that, it pretty much just learns a bunch of normal type moves, and most other attacks it learns just aren't that exciting or strong. All around, a decent Pokemon that learns some strong moves right now, but doesn't get a lot of strong moves later. And here we are, all snug and cozy with my dog entourage that's gonna be guarding me all throughout this dangerous route of 1. Let's see what abilities we got. You got Pickup, you got Pickup, you got Pickup, you got... Oh! Its nickname makes it even better that it's the only one that doesn't have Vital Spirit, or the only one that does have Vital Spirit. Okay, wow, having very good luck with our catches here today, so I will very gladly take 4 Pokemon that get me free items while just kind of looking awesome walking in a ring formation around me like the dogs that they are. How about it, Blair? Do you want us to compare which one of us has the most Pokemon with them? Why, yes, I would, because I know I can only be tied, not beaten. Yeah, 6 is awesome. Are you excited to have that many Pokemon with you? Incidentally, if you check your Pokedex, it'll show how many Pokemon you found and how many you've caught. I'm off to Accumula Town. The professor is waiting. Ah, we got a call on the X transceiver. Hello, how is everybody doing? Nice pose you got there. You and your Pokemon are getting along great now, right? Oh, Professor. Right now, I'm in front of Accumula Town's Pokemon Center. I'd like to show you around, so hurry on over, everyone. Okay, Pokemon Center, right? The Pokemon Center, right. Okay, see you. I would say that this is futuristic for the time, but honestly, 1/4 of the DS's resolution is pretty accurate for what video chat was like in 2011. But aside, here we are in Accumula Town. And like Charon said, I guess I'll listen and not keep the professor waiting. Ah, Blair, there you are. Traveling with your Pokemon is truly one of the joys of being a trainer. Please follow me. I'd like to show you the most important place for a trainer to know. We're just hitting all of the nails right here, okay? Not quite all the series conventions are gone. This is the Pokemon Center. Don't you feel better as soon as you step through the door? Okay, let's start your tour. Ooh, wait for me. A Pokemon Center is a truly incredible place. Do you know why? Because your Pokemon can be healed, and what's more, it's absolutely free. I knew it was a good idea to have a Canadian starter Pokemon. Besides, Univa's based on the New York City metropolitan area. We really are in America right now. I'm being strategic. We will gladly take advantage of Ottawa's traveler's insurance and get everyone healed back to full health like they desperately need. Especially after Ottawa had to do all that by him or herself. Gonna get hard getting used to calling my starter female. It's so rare that I ever get one, or rare that anyone gets one for that matter, so you can definitely relate on that. Okay, now that your Pokemon have rested, I'll show you how to use the PC at a Pokemon Center. This is the PC. It's free for any trainer to use. You can store a Pokemon in your PC boxes or select the Pokemon stored in your PC boxes to take along with you. In addition, if you catch a new Pokemon while you have 6 Pokemon traveling with you, the Pokemon you just caught is sent automatically to the PC network. Surprising, isn't it? Amazing even. Here's something else that's cool. If you select my PC, I'll evaluate your progress you've made on your Pokedex. Now, as for how Juniper's Pokedex works, completion is counted by how many Pokemon you've seen, not how many Pokemon you've caught, but she's actually very forgiving. You don't need to see even close to all of the Pokemon in order to get the best rewards out of her that are worth getting, so we're not going to make a huge deal about seeing every single Pokemon out there, because really, you should be able to hit them no problem just as long as you're checking in with her at least every so often. It says someone's PC on the screen. Who is someone? Very good, Bianca. That is a great observation. Good question, and I'd like to say more, but for now, just ignore that and go ahead and use the PC. Someone is the person who made the Pokemon storage system. You don't actually know, do you? I'm on to teachers' tactics and how they get around saying that they don't know to their students. Now, this is the Pokemart. This is a place to buy useful items and sell the ones you don't need anymore. Yes, it is inside the Pokemon Center. This is the first game to do that, and it really should have stayed that way forever. Unlike a certain later game that I will not mention, the gentleman over there will help you with a smile. So, let's wrap this up. I'll give you the basics of being a trainer. I'm gonna head back to Accumula Town. One final thing, when you get to Striaton City, go and meet an inventor named Fennel. She's a friend of mine from long ago, and I'm sure she'll help you on your way. Best of luck. I hope that your journeys prove to be the adventure of a lifetime. Oh, what should I buy? Potions and Pokeballs are definitely important. Thinking I don't want to run into something really rare and not have any Pokeballs, so I'm gonna buy, let's say 3 of these just to be on the safe side. I don't think I really need a potion or anything like that, so that's all that we're able to buy from the store right now. If we go to the other clerk, he has some mail for us. This is a bit of an interesting feature where you can attach letters to your Pokemon and write messages to your friends. Personally, I think I would just tell them that information, though, but there can be a little bit of charm to having mail carried on a Pokemon, and you can write some funny messages. Do I actually want to demonstrate this? Well, nah, we're kind of really neck-deep in tutorials. If we do this, we'll do it later. I just don't want to hold things up more than we already have. Sounds like something's going on in the plaza. Well, then let's have a little look-see. Blair, come here a sec. My name is Getsis. I am here representing Team Plasma. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk to you about Pokemon Liberation. I'm sure most of you believe that we humans and Pokemon are partners that have come to live together because we want and need each other. However, is that really the truth? Have you ever considered that perhaps we humans only assume that this is the truth? Pokemon are subject to the selfish commands of trainers. They get pushed around when they are our partners at work. Can anyone say with confidence that there is no truth in what I'm saying? Now, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon are different from humans. They are living beings that contain unknown potential. They are living beings from whom we humans have much to learn. Tell me, what is our responsibility toward these wonderful beings called Pokemon? That's right, we must liberate the Pokemon. Then and only then will humans and Pokemon truly be equals. Everyone, I end my words here today by imploring you to consider the relationship between people and Pokémon, and the correct way to proceed. We sincerely appreciate your attention. About that speech, what do you think we should do? Liberate Pokémon? That's not even possible! Your Pokémon! Just now it was saying... Slow down, you talk too fast. And what's this about Pokémon talking? That's an odd thing to say. Yes, they're talking! Oh, then you two can't hear it either. How sad. My name is N. My name is Charon, and this is Blair. We were asked to complete the Pokédex, and we just left on our journey. My main goal is to become the champion, though. The Pokédex, eh? So, you're going to confine many, many Pokémon and Pokéballs for that, then. I'm a trainer too, but I can't help wondering, are Pokémon really happy that way? Well, Blair, is it? Let me hear your Pokémon's voice again! For once, Charon Snyder remarks are not just simple Snyder remarks. N is very special and mysterious. He does indeed talk faster than everyone else. Even if your text speed is set to fast, he uses a special text speed that no one else does. He's gonna start off the battle with Purloin, level 7 Dark type. We're just full of discoveries today. Its moveset is nothing special, I'll leave it at that. And while we were out battling all of those little Lillipups, Oshawott learned a new move in the form of Water Gun. You generally want to use whatever move is the same type as the Pokemon using it. As such, you will get a 1.5 times damage multiplier. Concept is known as same type attack bonus. If you can stack that with type effectiveness, you're gonna hit pretty darn hard. Also, Water Gun counts as a special move, whereas Growl lowers your attack, which would only affect physical moves, so it doubly makes sense for us to use that over our plain, boring, normal type tackle. Well, actually, hang on. If you hold L, you can actually look at the attributes of moves. Okay, that's 40 power. This one's 50. Okay, now I think we actually are better off still using Water Gun, so never mind. I was trying to put a little bit too much logic in there, and you should be pretty much done here. No. No, I don't want to. I do not want to use my Lillipups. No. There you go. Add yet another one onto the win streak. And grow to level 8 in the process. Not bad. I never expected to hear Pokemon say such things. As long as Pokemon are confined in Pokeballs, Pokemon will never become perfect beings. I have to change the world for Pokemon because they're my friends. Huh, strange guy. But I'm not gonna worry about it. Trainers and Pokemon help each other out. Listen, I'm going on ahead. I want to battle the gym leader in the next town, Striaton City. Aim to battle gym leader after gym leader. The best way for a trainer to become stronger is to challenge the gym leaders in each area. Well, after our first encounter, I think we're going to end things off here. Next time on Pokemon Black and White, we move onward to Striaton City and see if we can learn just who this gym leader is and if they can take us. See you guys then.